Since I made a video yesterday concerning the plainclothes police officer in Sangre Grande who has been taunting me, harassing me, insulting me, ever since I told a traffic warden that she needs to issue a ticket to him since he was also illegally parked, just like all the others she was collecting taxes from. Why do I say taxes? Because, you see, we all know that the TTPS and the traffic wardens and the licensing officers have been collecting taxes on Imbert's behalf to be able to balance his mammoth budgets, whereby most of that money disappears into thin air. Nevertheless, there were some questions, and important questions, that were asked, two in particular. One was, why didn't I record the altercations? And it's plain and very simple. The phone which I'm using right now is a very old phone. It's a J2 Prime. The battery only holds charge for about an hour or less, depending on how much I'm using it. So therefore, the majority of times when I'm in Sangre Grande, my phone is off by the time about an hour, as I said, passes. So when he passed yesterday and on the other occasions, my phone was already dead, so I was unable to. I know he probably believes that I'm making excuses, because up to yesterday, he asked me, so why you don't record me one time? I say, because my phone is dead. He says, so why? I say, because I am poor and I cannot afford a new phone. And that's just the reality. God will bless me in due time. But the reality is right now, the phone that I have isn't in good service, right? So that's the reason why I haven't been able to record him at this point in time. The next ridiculous question that was asked, but I just already gave a certain amount of explanation to it, is why am I mentioning PNM concerning this issue with the police abuse of power? And the reason is, TTPS is a state-owned agency, isn't it? The Ministry of National Security controls, supervises the TTPS. And therefore, Hines is responsible for ensuring that the TTPS conducts itself in a lawful manner and follows proper protocol. Which he doesn't. He doesn't. Once in a while he will say a little something that sounds as though he's holding them accountable, and then that's it. It's just talk. It's just cheap talk. Pastor Praying Mantis earlier, the one who thinks she's some sort of high priest that goes before God to pray on behalf of the rest of citizens, which is basically mocking God, because at the end of the day, she knows very well that the Bible says faith without works is dead. And she just wants to pray on behalf of the citizens, and she's neglecting her duties to ensure that the police service and the police members, the police officers, perform their duties professionally and lawfully. She doesn't do that. She doesn't do that, so she's a complete failure. And we all know that she was appointed by the Prime Minister. We all know that. We all know that she was appointed by the Prime Minister. She was handpicked. So the TTPS, the condition of the TTPS right now is in a far worse condition than it has been in a long time. Having said that, let me make this very clear. Very, very clear. The if UNC is able to actually win these elections by bringing out the masses to override the cheating that will take place, PNM will cheat again. Fake ballots will come from all over. Envelopes will just be seen going into the EBC late into the evening and so forth. We all know that. We also know that the EPC is going to manipulate the boundaries yet again to make sure that PNM districts could be able to have an effect on constituencies that should be going in favor of the UNC. We know that. We know that. So don't try to deny it, PNMites. Don't try to be denied. So when I said that TTPS is PNM, it is factual. It is factual. It can be seen. TTPS for decades now only investigate UNC politicians. Once in a blue moon, they will then investigate a PNM official or PNM politician, and that's only when the evidence is so overwhelming that they cannot ignore it. And then we have a DPP that only charges when he feels like. When he feels like. So it's all, the entire system is PNM, and everyone knows that. The justice system is PNM. So everything is political in Trinidad and Tobago because it is under the control of the PNM. What's so hard in understanding that? What is so hard in understanding that? Right? So, back to the case with the police officer from Sangre Grande. I do believe that most likely he is from the CID section or whatsoever, because I've never seen him in his normal police uniform, his badge either. Most of the times they are in plain clothes. Those are the ones who feel that they are even greater gods than the normal common TTPS gods. They look at you in a certain way like, we can arrest you anytime you want to. And I know that is the agenda of the... Here we go. I know that is the agenda of that particular officer. He wants to keep taunting and provoking me until I trip off and start to use obscene language, and therefore he will have a valid reason to arrest me. I know that. I know that. And if this video goes viral like the other one and ends up 16 or 20 or 30,000 views, I'm letting him know I know that is your plan. But you see, I've been debating and dealing with trolls and minions, PNM minions and TTPS minions for years. And I don't fall for those traps, brother. I don't fall for those traps. I will speak to you in an educated, well-civilized manner. Just like I did with a couple other, as I tell you, the high-ranking TTPS officials in Sangre Grande. They walk and they strut through Sangre Grande like gods. Have this fair-skinned Indian one. And our next one. He's our next one that got real vexed about time because I told him plain. I said, watch out, you're parking illegally. Yet again, because they believe they're above the law. I said, but all you're going and harassing the people and them that in the back so. In further down into Grande. And wanting to ticket them, but you illegally parking too. And he was vexed and he was angry too. Our next one. But the one that I'm speaking about recently is a tall, brown skin, dark brown, kind of Douglas Creole looking guy. Right? This man has been harassing me more than any other police officer has ever done. This is taking it over the boundary by far. Really, he's really ridiculous. None of the others have ever been so obnoxious with their actions. But once again, we don't have officials in power that could control their officers and the public servants in general, just like the licensing officers that cussing up people. Who gives them the authority to treat citizens who are coming to receive a service? They are our employees, and they are treating us like peasants and dogs and animals. And as usual, we hear nothing from the PNM government officials. Nothing. Rohan Sinanan, Hines, all these individuals who are in charge of all of the various ministries are mute, are silent, are dumb. And then the PNM minions will come on my videos and ask what PNM has to do with it. PNM has everything to do with it.